Welcome to another intriguing episode of Dialogues of Transcendental Minds of Philosophy and Spirituality, where today, the bridge of time stretches to unite two extraordinary minds, Plato, the founder of Academy in Athens, and one of the pillars of Western philosophy, and Carl Jung, the Swiss psychiatrist whose exploration of the human unconscious revolutionized the understanding of the psyche. This meeting promises to unfold the veils that separate ideas, philosophical insights into psychological realities, exploring everything from Plato's ideal forms to the depths of the Jungian unconscious. What can emerge when Plato's theory of forms, which seeks to explain reality through abstract and perfect concepts, meets Jung's analytical psychology, which delves into the deep waters of the collective and individual unconscious? Join us on this journey, intellectual and spiritual, that promises to broaden our understanding of the world of ideas and the human mind. Plato, disciple of Socrates and mentor of Aristotle, was a Greek philosopher who lived between 427 and 347 BC. His work constituted the foundation on which much of subsequent Western thought was built. Plato believed that beyond the perceptible world, there is a realm of perfect forms, accessible only through reason. These forms or ideas are eternal and immutable, and everything in the sensible world is just, an imperfect copy of these ideals. Carl Gustav Jung, born in 1875 and died in 1961, was a pioneer of depth psychology. Diverging from Freud, Jung expanded the concept of the unconscious to include not only the personal, but also the collective, a reservoir of memories and patterns shared by all humanity. His theory of archetypes suggests that there are psychic elements common to all, which emerge in cultures through myths, dreams, and even symptoms. Psychological, thus revealing the underlying structures of the human mind.
Dr. Jung, it is an honor to be in front of such a profound and innovative mind. I have been reading about your theories of the unconscious, and am intrigued by their implications and the possibility of dialoguing with them through the lens of my philosophy.
It is equally an honor for me, Plato. Philosophy has always been a major influence on my work, and your ideas about ideal forms and the nature of reality offer a fascinating parallel to my own exploration of the unconscious. I look forward to seeing where our thoughts can converge and diverge in this dialogue.
Allow me to begin, Dr. Jung, by discussing the concept of ideal forms. To me, these forms are abstract perfections, existing in a realm beyond the physical, accessible only by the rational mind. They are the standards by which all things in the sentient world are an imperfect copy. I'm curious to understand how you see something similar in the collective unconscious.
The analogy is quite pertinent, Plato. In the context of analytical psychology, the collective unconscious houses archetypes, which are, in a way, patterns of thought and image that precede individual experience. They form the structure upon which personal experiences are assembled, influencing perceptions, reactions, and even dreams. However, unlike their ideal forms, which are fixed and unchanging, archetypes are fluid and can transform with cultural experiences. Personal.
This suggests a fascinating dynamic between the eternal and the ephemeral. In my view, ideal forms are eternal and unchanging, serving as the true essence that everything tries to imitate or approximate. Your description of archetypes as fluid indicates constant adaptation. How do you believe this impacts the search for truth or knowledge?
In psychology, Plato, truth is not an immutable constant, but a process of discovery and rediscovery. Archetypes provide a frame, but the canvas itself is painted by personal and collective experiences. Therefore, truth, as we know it, is always evolving, always influenced by the flow of our consciousness and the collective unconscious.
Interesting, Dr. Jung. I see that while my ideal forms offer a fixed point of reference, your archetypes suggest an ongoing process of formation and transformation. This undoubtedly reflects the complexity of human condition, which not only aspires to ideals, but also lives and breathes in an ever-changing reality.
Exactly, Plato. And it is in this interaction between the ideal and the real that lies the true journey of self-knowledge. In my work, I encourage the exploration of the unconscious, not only to discover what is universal, but also to understand how these universals manifest themselves in unique ways in each individual.
Dr. Jung, in my Allegory of the Cave, I propose that most people live in chains, seeing only shadows cast on a wall without knowing the true source of the images. These shadows are a metaphor for sensory perceptions that, although real, are only reflections of a higher truth. How do you relate this to your theory of the unconscious, where psychic reality appears to be a hidden layer that influences consciousness?
Plato, your allegory resonates deeply with the analytical perspective. Like your prisoners in the cave, many of us are limited to the perceptions of our immediate consciousness, ignorant of the hidden forces that shape these perceptions. However, in my theory, the unconscious is not just a repository of distorted reflections, but a living source of motivations, fears, and desires that direct our conscious lives, often without our direct knowledge.
This suggests that, in both your theory and mine, true education, or enlightenment, involves a movement toward a deeper, less obvious reality. In your view, Dr. Jung, how does one move from perceiving shadows to understanding forms, or in your case, unconscious content?
To make this journey, Plato, I proposed methods such as dream analysis, symbol exploration, and active imagination, techniques that allow people to dialogue with their unconscious. By bringing to light the figures and narratives that reside in the unconscious, we offer each person the chance to understand the sources of their emotions, conflicts, and insights, much like their journey from dark to light.
It's a fascinating approach, one that seems parallel to the rise from the sentient world to the world of ideas. In both of our theories, truth demands a kind of turning of the soul, from darkness to light, from the unknown to the known. Dr. Jung, do you believe this journey is possible for everyone, or only for those who actively seek self-knowledge?
Plato, while ideally it would be a possible journey for everyone, in practice it often requires a crisis or a deep desire for change for the person to engage in this process. Just as not all prisoners in their cave are ready or willing to turn to the light, not all are prepared to face the depths of their own unconscious.
Dr. Jung, in my philosophy, the search for true knowledge is an upward movement of the soul, a dialectical process that takes us from the shadows of ignorance to the lights of understanding. This journey is marked by the idea that knowing yourself is the way to know the universe. How do you relate this to your concept of individuation, where each person must integrate different aspects of themselves to achieve wholeness?
Plato, individuation, in many ways, resonates with his description of the ascension of the soul. In analytical psychology, individuation is not just self-knowledge, but a process of reconciliation with the opposites within the psyche. This includes the integration of repressed or unknown parts of the self, what we call the shadow. This process is essential to achieving a total personality, where the conscious and unconscious are not in conflict, but in dialogue.
This is intriguing, as it suggests an inner journey parallel to the outer philosophical quest. In my theory of forms, each form is a perfection, an ideal to be achieved, which guides our understanding of imperfect things. In individuation, it seems that each aspect of the psyche can be seen as an internal form, an archetype to be understood and integrated. Dr. Jung, you see individuation as a way to achieve not only inner peace, but also greater understanding, deep of cosmos?
Indeed, Plato. Individuation can be seen as a microcosm of the philosophical journey you describe. By integrating the shadow and other archetypes, the individual not only achieves greater inner harmony, but you also become more capable of understanding and interacting with the world authentically. This inner harmony reflects the cosmic harmony that your ideal forms aspire to represent.
So, Dr. Jung, in both our thoughts, The journey of knowledge and the journey of individuation are essential to living a full and meaningful life. Both journeys require a turn inward, an exploration of one's own soul that, paradoxically, teaches us about the outside world.
Exactly, Plato. And that is why both philosophy and psychology, although they may use different methods and languages, are complementary paths to understanding the human condition. Both seek to illuminate the depths of human soul and, in doing so, illuminate our place in the universe.
Dr. Jung, this conversation was more than a mere exchange of ideas. It was a true meeting of souls seeking to understand the complexities of human existence. I deeply thank you for sharing your vision of unconscious and the journey of individuation, which undoubtedly enriched my understanding of philosophy itself.
And I thank you, Plato, for allowing me to dialogue with your transformative ideas that have shaped Western thought for millennia. This dialogue reminded me of the importance of each tradition of thought in our ongoing quest for wisdom and understanding. May our discussion inspire those who hear it to explore the depths of their own psyches and philosophies.
Today, in Dialogues of Transcendental Minds of Philosophy and Spirituality, we witness a remarkable encounter between two of the greatest minds in history, Plato and Carl Jung. Through their discussions of ideal forms, collective unconscious, perceptible reality, and the process of individuation, they have offered us a unique insight into how ancient philosophy and modern psychology intertwine, reflecting on the eternal question of human nature and our quest for meaning. This episode not only challenged our understanding, but also encouraged us to explore more deeply our own inner selves and the way we perceive the world around us. Plato and Jung showed us that despite distinct eras and ideologies, the dialogue between different fields of knowledge can illuminate new paths to self-knowledge and wisdom. If you found inspiration in this dialogue, or if new questions arose in your mind, be sure to subscribe to our Philosophy and Spirituality channel. Here, we continue to explore life's big questions through conversations that transcend time and space. Like this video and share it with friends, family, or anyone you believe would benefit from this meeting of minds. Your participation is crucial as we continue our journey of discovery and to help expand the community of thinkers and seekers like you. Don't forget to leave a comment below with your impressions or insights from this episode. Also, tell us which other thinkers you'd like to see in future dialogues. And of course, turn on notifications so you never miss our next encounters on Dialogues of Transcendental Minds of Philosophy and Spirituality. Thank you for joining us today. Stay with us as we navigate the depths of human thought and explore the complexities of the psyche. I look forward to seeing you in the next video below.